Hey, welcome back to the Twilight Forest. As you can see, the quarry is working away. This side is all the way down to bedrock, and I got the other side working down. Not sure what level it's at, but I actually had to record my voiceover here. It's for some reason I didn't record the first time, but I actually used my portal gun and moved all the spawners that were inside the hollow hill there. So I got a couple spider spawners there. There's a zombie, a skeleton. I think there was a slime beetle spawner and a pinch beetle spawner there. So yeah, that'll be used in a project coming up, and part of my dungeon that I'm gonna use, put in the underneath the base. And this guy, he needs to be moved. He is in the wrong place at the wrong time, so I'm gonna go ahead and give him a lift and put him in a little safer spot. And you need to stay back too, mister. So let's see, down to like level 27 looks like. I'm still collecting shards with my fortune pick. And there's some more, looks like. But I got the ore processor finally working. It took me about 3 or 4 times of setting it up and tearing it down, and setting it up and tearing it down again. It took quite a few tries to get it set up how I wanted it, but it seems to be working pretty good now, I think. But that's the main reason why it's been a while since I've gotten a video out. It's taken quite a while to get that thing set up. It's pretty frustrating because I get it like I thought I wanted it, and then I'd realize it really isn't really working like I wanted it to. So, and I had to fix the my farming, the humus maker and the compost maker, because they really weren't working like they were supposed to either. So I had to go back and rebuild those. Before I was trying to use them separately, or use them together with the same tesseracts and stuff, and have them switch on and off, but that wasn't working. So you can see I have a portal. You put some portals up on my portal gun, but here is the ore processor, and I try to make it like as clean cut as I can possible. So I put everything in the wall or in the floor. I got my cobble going into a void pipe there, and silver and lead go up top here into that chest, and then they go up and get circulated out into the induction smelter, where I have rich slag going into that one, which will give you, instead of 2, it actually gives you 3, because I was having a problem with silver and lead. Wasn't getting a lot. So, and these 3 induction smelters at the bottom, they use sand, and whenever they do iron, tin, copper, aluminum, I think I have ferrous, and everything else is basically going into those, and you get 2 out of that, but you also have a 10% chance or a 5% chance of getting rich slag, and when you do gold, you actually get a 10% chance of getting rich slag. So the only problem with using these induction smelters is when they do refine the metal or whatever, it changes them into the different types of, there's like 2 different types of copper and 2 different types of tin and 2 types of silver. So instead of having 2 barrels for each one, I have to go ahead and macerate the ingots again and then re-smelt them through the induction furnace, and that gets them all into the same type. But yeah, I guess originally I was re-explaining that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm doing the voiceover again because it was it didn't record the first time, but I can definitely tell it's recording this time. So I think I'm explaining now. There's a macerator there and a macerator there, rotary macerators, and then there's induction furnaces there and there, and all the stuff that needs to go through there comes out, and like aluminum and a couple other things, they can go straight to the inventory system. So that's what that 1 diamond pipe is for. This one here, and then everything else like copper and tin, they need to get yeah, that's where I'm showing there's like actually looks like 2 different types of tin ingots there. There's that one, and then that's the one I'm not keeping. So those are the ones that have to get redone, and that's the one I am keeping. But luckily, like iron and gold, they get processed and they go straight to inventory. They don't have to get remade into different types of ingots. But that's the way that I have it set up, and it works. It works pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I am using the routers to move the stuff around there, especially for like the sand. I bring the sand down from the inventory system using the router and a tesseract. So, and then I changed. I think I changed this. Yeah, I added a gate there, so when the diamond chest here is full, the gate will actually turn. Well, I'll show you. When the inventory is full, the gate will turn on, and that actually activates the the gate will turn off. Is that right? Inventory empty. Yeah. So when the inventory is full, the gate will turn off, and then that activates the timer, which will. I have it set up for I think every 3 seconds. So the timer will pull out whatever's items get stuck. If there's an item that there isn't a barrel for, it'll actually get stuck in that first router because it has nowhere to go. So what'll happen is this timer will power up that retriever. Is that a retriever? Or a filter? One or the other. I think it's a filter, but it powers that, and it pulls it and just dumps it into this chest. And the only thing I don't like about it is it's constantly going once it does get some items in there, because it just keeps pulling out pulling that B in and pulling it back out, or whatever that first thing is in that chest. But that's, at this point in time, that's kind of the best way that I could figure out how to do it. And I mean, I could change it and put a different chest in there, but the advantage of having that chest there is I can just dump all my items into it, like what I'm doing right here, and then I don't have to worry about, going around to the other side of that other chest. And this is the repair I did here, or the adjustment I did to the humus and compost. Like I said before, I was just being cheap. I was trying to do it with just one tesseract, and I was having them share it, and it just wasn't working, because what would happen is at some point in time, both of those barrels would get down to the point where they would both activate the sensor, the gate, and they would both come on at the same time. So sharing the tesseract, sometimes the dirt would go to the one auto crafting table, and sometimes it'd go to the other, and basically the one barrel would not get refilled, and it wouldn't recycle the sensor that would tell the say when the barrel's full. So but anyways, it ended up it's working now. I had to add another tesseract and filter for the dirt also. So there's 2 now for that, and obviously another transmitter and receiver. Well, actually, same transmitter. I just had to add one more receiver. So I thought what we'd try now is work on some tree breeding, because what I'd like to do is I'm getting so many logs that what I want to try and do is and for some reason all my chickens disappeared. I'm not sure why that happened, but just kind of weird. But anyways, let's grab some more dirt. I need to actually put some stairs in here at some point. But for now, with the jetpack it works. But yeah, let's try we're going to try and do some tree breeding, because like I said, I'd like to actually reduce the number of tree farms I have, because I'm getting so many logs. And what I'd really like to get is some saplings, or some trees that actually make extra saplings. Or you can a lot of times you can have trees that will produce a lot of saplings and a lot of fruit. But the key with it is you have to wait for the bees to cross-pollinate the different trees and stuff, so it does take some time. So we're going to give it a shot. Basically, you can only use, that's what I'm talking about, the different, I have 4 farms. I'd like to get it down to 2 farms, 2 tree farms. That way it won't use as many logs, because it's like I'm kind of getting backed up with logs now. But here's the trees I have. But yeah, I was gonna say you can't really use any of the Twilight Forest trees. They won't work in the forestry mod. I guess it's the forestry mod that does the tree breeding, but it will not take the different types of like Twilight Forest oak or canopy trees and stuff like that. So and if you want to see which trees it'll take, you just try and put them into the treealyzer. Try and get a little better organized here. Yeah, so the silver birch and the apple oak saplings are basically just the generic vanilla trees, and you can see the saplings are normal. on the silver birch, and it does mature faster, or it's the fastest. The oak is the same. It's normal for saplings and normal for, or fastest for maturing. That one's a Twilight Forest tree, so that won't work. A spruce is also normal and fastest for saplings and matures. Spruce will not produce apples. No fruit. And those are the same. Now you can also find certain saplings in dungeons and stuff too, so I haven't gotten lucky enough to find any. But basically these are all the same right now. All the apple oaks and the silver birches that I have. I thought originally maybe some of them had been cross-pollinated, but that hasn't been the case yet. Which usually you can tell if they're the same or not if they'll stack. So, but anyways, let's get these things planted. And we'll just go. We'll switch back and forth between silver birch and apple oaks. I really don't know if it matters how close you. I know you got to keep them within range of the bees, because the bees have a certain range for how far they'll pollinate. But I think as long as you can see the bees, you're fine. But I don't think it really matters how close the actual trees are to each other. And I think as long as they're still in the range of the bees, it should be good. Oh, wrong one. And I don't want to plant them too close to that great wood tree. I kind of wish the Twilight Forest trees would work. I mean, maybe eventually they'll be compatible with the forestry mod. I don't know. I'm hoping. Can you imagine having a Twilight Forest oak that does apples? That would be pretty crazy. So I'll go ahead and finish planting the rest of these, and what I'll do is I'll end up waiting a while and seeing if, basically what will happen is when they do get cross-pollinated, the actual leaves of the tree will change color, so they should, it's pretty easy to tell once they do change. I've seen some videos where some other people have been doing it, and it should be easy to tell when they do get cross-pollinated. But I waited here for many hours, and there was no changes. So I think the problem is my bees, like these rocky bees, and these are the only ones I can use right now because they're the only ones that are nocturnal. But if you put them in the beealizer, I made a beealizer, you'll see that their pollination is the slowest. So I think that is going to hinder my tree breeding. But I wanted to go ahead and get this video out, and so I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode. But I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I do have big plans for the next episode. We'll do something fun, and This actually will do something that I talked about probably in one of the first episodes, so it should be pretty cool, interesting. It'll be something a little different. But again, guys, as always, make sure you leave a like if you're enjoying things, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope you guys are enjoying this episode or this series in the Twilight Forest. And I will catch you guys next time.